Hello, this is Dr. Carol Orsborn from Fierce with Age. There's two things you can say about the boomer generation. The first is that we are extremely busy. We've spent all of our lives competing for too little. I remember being in kindergarten and being seated alphabetically because there were so many of us, the teacher had to have that numeric cue to help us remember our names. So of course we became the generation that felt they had to get their hands up first, and in the 60s and 70s we had to provide more excellence than everybody else, and we got on the fast track and then we just kept on going. So the other thing about the boomer generation is this: many of us have always yearned for greater meaning. I remember also back in the 60s when Shambhala Press came out and we started to be able to read poems and spiritual text from around the world and throughout the ages. One of the discoveries of my youth was a book of poetry by Rumi, the 13th century mystic that so many of us have discovered. I'd like to read you two of his poems. One is excerpts from the poem Quietness. Your way begins on the other side. Become the sky. Take an axe to the prison wall and escape. Walk out like suddenly someone born into color. Do it now. You're covered with thick clouds. Slide out the side. Your life was a frantic running from silence. The speechless full moon comes out now. And a second poem in its entirety, Lose Yourself. Lose yourself. Lose yourself in this love. When you lose yourself in this love, you will find everything. What is your life about anyway? Nothing but a struggle to be someone. Nothing but a running from your own silence. So if you're listening to this alone, you might want to take a pen and some paper out and answer this question for yourself. Rumi asks it so beautifully. What is your life about? If it weren't just a struggle to be someone, if it weren't just a running from your own silence, if you could walk out like someone suddenly born into color, what color would it be? What is your life about? If you're in a group, especially if you're in one of the Fierce with Age consciousness groups, this is a great thing to talk about. So I ask you the same question. What is your life about? Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And I ask you, as I do every time, to please be fierce with age. Thank you.